Okay, this section will go over the types of gear that you need to put together a sound system. I want you to really be familiar with all of this stuff for a few different reasons. Maybe you're a small club or a church that wants to build your sound system from scratch, or maybe you've been thinking about upgrading what you already do have. Now, I don't expect this section to give you everything you need to know to design a massive sound system for Madison Square Gardens, right? But this will definitely get you up to speed in terms of what all the components do and the types of features that you might want to keep an eye out for in the specs of any particular gear. One thing's for sure, if you are enlisting an outside contractor or even a local music store to put this together for you, this section will teach you all the ropes and all the lingo so you'll be able to speak that same language as your sound design contractor, which begs the question, can you design this yourself? Well, maybe. I mean, I say maybe because there's a lot to consider when designing a sound system, and the best people who do it are the ones who are designing this stuff week after week. So a local music store clerk who sells used guitars may not be the best bet. You should always enlist the services of a professional in this area. Some music stores in larger cities may have pro sound departments with really good people in them, but I also wouldn't count on it. A lot of people talk a good game and they may know how to plug a mixer into a powered speaker, but maybe not much else. So here's where I have a golden rule. Learn from other people's mistakes. In other words, reach out to other venues or churches that have recently had installations. Find their referrals and ask what their budgets were, what they learned, what went wrong. People are all too ready to share what they've learned, and if they're satisfied with their choice of vendor, then they'll pass on that information to you. And then you can be sure that they're referring a professional that has done that kind of job before. And here's another thing, try to match the job that has been done with your job. In other words, if you have a really large boomy room with square dimensions and reflective surfaces, don't be satisfied with a referral of a guy who put together a little PA system in a cozy little coffee shop. Hopefully you can find a similar venue, because whoever put that system together would have overcome the same obstacles that you'll face, right? Now, do you now understand how important it is to choose a proven vendor? For instance, I'm pretty good at choosing equipment and wiring it all together, but in terms of acoustics and treating rooms, I probably wouldn't be the best person for the job, and I would refer a fellow acoustic specialist for that job here. Anyway, there are lots of qualified companies and individuals around. Just do your homework and find satisfied customers who've completed an installation that is similar to your job. Now, with that being said, let's look at an overview of what a sound system is actually made up of. On the stage area, we have all of our inputs. There are microphones, guitars, keyboards, drums, and so on. These feed into a mixing console, usually halfway out in the audience in a sweet listening position. This mixer takes all of the inputs from all of those things on stage and mixes them together with the help of effects that might be built in or maybe in an external rack. The mixer then sends those mixed sounds out to the amplifiers and speakers that make up what the audience hears. These are called front of house or main speakers. The mixer also sends sound out to smaller speakers on the stage that helps the musicians hear themselves. These are called monitors. Sometimes the monitors are mixed on a completely separate mixer on the side of the stage. In other words, the inputs are split into two feeds. One that goes out to the main mixer that feeds the main speakers, and another split that goes to the monitor mixer that feeds the onstage monitors. To be honest, it's a little difficult spelling out some of this stuff because some of you guys might be yawning right now. You've known this stuff for years, and others might be saying, slow down, this is all new to me. In this case, I'll leave you to fast forward and rewind how you see fit in terms of your familiarity with this subject. If you want some more clarification on any of the gear that we'll be going through, you'll see quite often a link at the bottom of the screen for further reading.